One of the worst feelings is after you created your best artwork. Immediately after, you're on a high. You created something you can't believe you made. That's a wonderful feeling. The flip side, though, is that after, nothing seems to hit. Soon enough, you find yourself looking back at what you created in desperation, trying to fathom how you made it happen. You start to wonder who you even were. Were you even human? It sounds funny, but it's actually really sad. You hear a lot about how to not put other artists on a pedestal and be jealous of their work, but what no one is talking about is what to do when that artist that you're jealous of is yourself. Join me as I draw 2 realistic colored pencil portraits while we discuss how to recapture the joy of creating art. This might be one of the most close to heart videos that I've ever made. There's this quote I like that Picasso once said, which goes like this: "All children are born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up." I think a key characteristic that children have which give them this joy for life is taking opportunities. A child doesn't really overanalyze when they come across an idea. They just do. Recently in the grocery store, of all places, I came across a set of Prismacolor colored pencils on sale. It was the last pack. At first, I was like, I'm not sure, I've never drawn with colored pencils, but then I had to stop myself and be like, wait, these are good colored pencils on sale. This is an opportunity, let's get it. So, as you can imagine, after buying these colored pencils, I took a look on YouTube for ideas on how to go about drawing with these pencils. Some artworks that stood out to me were Jess Karp's. I really liked how bright her colored pencil portraits are, and noticed how she uses a limited color palette to get this effect. I went on Instagram and saw some similar portraits that I like, that also use a limited color palette just like Jess Karp to create portraits that pop. Colored pencils aren't like paint, so the only way you can mix colors really is by layering, which is a new technique that I don't have as much experience in so far. Something that I notice about everyone who draws nice colored pencil portraits is that they start with a really clean sketch. This is something I feel I struggle with though, so I figured out a new technique that actually made drawing a clean sketch so easy that I wish I discovered it earlier. What I did was take my reference photo, go into Photoshop, and simply trace the main features of the face and the main shadow shapes. When I was done, I removed the background and was left with line art, which I then drew in by hand into my sketchbook. When I started coloring, I went back to my original reference photo. I have linked both of the reference photos that I'm using for the sketchbook page in the description below. They are both from Pinterest, so if you're interested, I have also linked my Pinterest page in the description, where you can explore the many other reference photos I've collected over the years with good lighting and composition that you might want to draw yourself. 3 years ago, I thought that this drawing was the best thing I ever made. Until I made this. I thought nothing could top it, and for a while nothing did. Until I made this watercolor painting. And for a while that was my best, until I made this watercolor portrait. Then afterwards I made this. Honestly, at that point I felt my art had peaked. Until I discovered painting on Yupo paper, and my artwork completely transformed from there. During this time, I thought I created some of my best ballpoint pen drawings ever, but that was until my most recent ballpoint pen portrait. Several months ago, I made my best Yupo painting ever, And just a couple of weeks ago, I thought I made my best portrait sketchbook drawings ever, until I made these 2 colored pencil portraits. Will these artworks stay my best? That depends on whether I keep creating. If I stop, then yes. But as you can see from my art journey, as long as you keep going, you are going to improve. Just show up. It's more powerful than you realize. I know though that it can feel the hardest to keep going in the shadow of a great success. A tip that has helped me is to celebrate small wins and document your progress. Often, progress is so small that you don't notice it unless you compare. This can apply to more than just art. I started doing this lately to track my progress from working out, and it has done wonders in keeping me motivated and consistent. Honestly though, for me, I feel this feeling of not being able to top my best creative work specifically when it comes to creating videos here on YouTube. Sometimes I feel that I was on a greater level when it came to making videos last year at this time. Either my videos were fundamentally better in the past, or the algorithm has shown some major shift, but I feel my videos are having a harder time reaching you or resonating with you. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Please share your thoughts on this in the comments and any tips you have that you think we could all find helpful as well. I always enjoy reading your comments. Feeling that your greatest artwork is bringing more pressure than joy into your life currently is a reality of the art making process that I think isn't talked about enough in the art community. All I can say is art really develops you psychologically by teaching you how to push through and stick with what you love doing no matter what. Thank you for watching this quiet portrait drawing process with a few thoughts for artists.